Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Jayo Radha Jayo Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Jayo Radha Madhava ki Srila Prabhupada ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, Scheduled Incarnations, Text 17. Text 17. Yeah. So words afterwards. Jayan Gunaich Avarajach Api Aditech Sutanam Lokan Vichikrame Iman Yat Atma Atha Adhyagyach Kshmam Vamanena Jagrihe Tripada Chalena Yachyam Rite Paticharan Prabhubhih Na Charyah Jyayan Gunair Avarajo Pyaditeh Sutanam Lokan Vichakrama Iman Yat Athadhiyagyah Kshmam Vamanena Jagrihe Tripada Chalena Yachyamrite Pathicharan Prabhubhir Nachalyah Jayan Gunair Avarajo Pyaditeh Sutanam Lokan Vichakrama Iman Yat Adhadhiyagyah Kshmam Vamanena Jagrihe Tripada Chalena Yachyamrite Pathicharan Prabhubhir Nachalyah Jayan Gunair Avarajo Pyaditeh Sutanam Lokan Vichakrama Iman Yat Athadhiyagyah Kshmam Vamanena Jagrihe Tripada Chalena Yachyamrite Paticharan Prabhubhir Nachalyah
Jayan Gunara Varajo Pyadite Sutanam Lokan Vichakrama Imam Yadatavdiyagyaha Shmam Vamanena Jagrihe Tripada Chalena Yachnam Rite Paticharan Prabhubhir Nachalyaha
Jayan Gunara Varajo Pyadite Sutanang Lokan Vichakrama Iman Yatatat Jiyagya Shvang Vamin Nena Jagrihe Tripada Chalena Yachnam Rite Paticharan Prabhubhir Nachaya
Jayan Gunara Varajo Pyadite Sutanam Lokan Vichikrama Iman Yadathadiyagyaha Kshma Bhamenena Jagrihet Tripadachle Lena Yajnam rite paticharan prabhubirna chalyaha.
Jayang gunai avarajopyadite sutanam Lokang vichakrama iman yadatadi yajyaha Kshmang vamanena jagrihe tripadachelena Yajñang rite paticharan prabhuvirna chalyaha
Jayan guner avarajopyadite sutanam Lokan vichakrama iman yaditadi yagyaha Shmam vamanena jagrihe tripadachalena Yakyam rite paticharan prabhubirna chalyaha
Jayam gunara varajopyadite sutanam Lokam vichakrama iman yadatadi yagyaha Shmam vamanena jagrihe tripadachalena Yachnam rite paticharam prabhubirna chalyaha
Jayan, the greatest, Gunaih, by qualities, Avarajah, transcendental, Api, also he is so, Aditeh, of Aditi, Sutanam, of all the sons, known as Adityas, Lokan, all the planets, Vichakrame, surpassed, Iman, in this universe, Yat, one who, Atha, therefore, Adhyagyah, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kshmam, all the lands, Vamanena, in the incarnation of Vamana, Jagrihe, accepted, Tripada, 3 steps, Chalena, by pretension, Yachyam, begging, Rite, without, Paticharan, passing over the right path, Prabhubhih, by authorities, Na, never to be, Chalyah, to be bereft of. Translation and purport of Srila Prabhupada. The Lord, although transcendental to all material modes, still surpassed all the qualities of the sons of Aditi, known as the Adityas. The Lord appeared as the youngest son of Aditi, and because he surpassed all the planets of the universe, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. On the pretense of asking for the measurement of 3 footsteps of land, he took away all the lands of Bali Maharaj. He asked simply because, without begging, No authority can take one's rightful possession. Purport. The history of Bali Maharaj and his charity to Vamana Deva is described in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bali Maharaj conquered all the planets of the universe by rightful possession. A king can conquer other kings by strength, and such possessions is considered to be rightful. So Bali Maharaj possessed all the lands of the universe, and he happened to be charitably disposed toward the Brahmanas. The Lord therefore pretended to be a beggar Brahmana, and he asked Bali Maharaj for a measurement of 3 footsteps of land. The Lord, as the proprietor of everything, could take from Bali Maharaj all the land he possessed, but he did not do so because Bali Maharaj possessed all those lands by king's rights. When Bali Maharaj was asked by Lord Vamana for such small charity, Bali Maharaja's spiritual master, namely Shukracharya, objected to his proposal because he knew that Vamanadeva was Vishnu himself, pretending to be a beggar. Bali Maharaj did not agree to abide by the order of his spiritual master when he understood that the beggar was Vishnu himself, and he at once agreed to give him in charity the land requested. By this arrangement, Lord Vamana covered all the lands of the universe with his first 2 steps and then asked Bali Maharaj where to place the 3rd step. Bali Maharaj was very glad to receive the Lord's remaining step upon his head, and thus Bali Maharaj, instead of losing everything he possessed, was blessed by the Lord's becoming his constant companion and doorman. So, by giving everything to the cause of the Lord, one does not lose anything, but he gains everything that he could never otherwise expect. So, Guru Maharaj, would you like to comment this verse?
Vamdev played the part of a Brahmin beggar, even though he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He could have simply declared that everything belonged to him and taken the property of Bali Maharaj, but he preferred to follow the rights. What is that here? Because Bali did not agree to abide. Lord is the proprietor of everything. Could take everything from Bali Maharaj, all the land he possessed, but he did not do so because Bali Maharaj possessed all those lands by king's rights. That means that Bali Maharaj had defeated the demigods, and those demigods were primarily the Adityas, beginning with Indra. Indra is the chief of Aditi's sons. There's 2 wives, Aditi and Aditi, and Aditi, her sons were the primary demigods, Indra, and the Diti sons the Daityas, and they're headed by Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. So Bali Maharaj comes in that line, the Daityas, because Bali Maharaj is the son of, he's the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, correct? Yeah. So Hiranyakashipu, his son was Prahlad Vrochana, his son, and Vrochana's son was Bali Maharaj. So he's coming in the line of Hiranyakashipu, but also he's coming in the line of Prahlad Maharaj. And he proves himself. He's famous for becoming known as Mahajan by surrendering everything willfully to the Lord. And he surrendered his head also. Actually, he had already given all his possessions because his body was also part of his possession. So he lost that. But out of his love and respect for the Lord, humility, he said, you can still put your third step on my head. Symbolizing, meaning that he was surrendering everything. He's not at all upset, not at all disturbed, because he already knew everything was the Lord's. He didn't think it was his. This is how to be happy in all circumstances. If one knows that everything belongs to Krishna, to God, then he doesn't cry about it, he doesn't Shochtina Kankshita, he doesn't lament. He doesn't hanker for anything because he knows it cannot be his, he cannot possess anything. He's just happy to be engaged in the service of the Lord. That's the position of a devotee, that he's simply happy, not owning anything. He never thinks for a moment he owns something. Therefore he's never in that illusion. Whereas the materialists, they're always trying to think that they own. They think they're conquering the water. They divide up, not only do they divide up the land, they divide up the water, the seas. And they say, this is my part, our part. And then they fight over that. Now they're fighting over space. Trying to put claims on different space that they're conquering. This is a waste of time. Better just to accept that everything belongs to Krishna, and I'm his servant. I don't own anything. Whatever the Lord may have set aside for me as my quota, I accept that. I'll use it in his service. But he never claims anything to be his. And that's one thing why this movement is so successful. Because everyone who joins this movement understands that principle, that everything belongs to Krishna, that nothing is his, but it's Krishna's. And working on that basis, it makes them so successful. You can't defeat them. And they're so happy, free from anxiety, free from fear. How can you be afraid of losing them when you don't own anything? If someone says, aren't you afraid of losing all the money that you own in Bank of America? But I don't own anything in Bank of America. So there's no fear, there's nothing to lose. Simply everything belongs to Krishna. And so Vamadev, not only after did he accepted Bali Maharaj, he appeared to have chastised him and punished him, but actually it was all in love. Because really, he went down to Sutala, I think, and he remained there as his bodyguard, as his attendant to protect him. So Vamadev goes down to protect Bali Maharaj. Also shows us that there's no comparison of based on size or being a Kshatriya. Bali Maharaj, being the Supreme Lord, is more powerful than anyone or all together.
Jai, thank you, Guru Maharaj, for commenting. This reminds me a little bit about the nature of the people who has everything, or can have everything, or are very rich. Rich people oftentimes are charitably disposed. They're glad to give a charity because they know that they cannot spend all the money for their gratification, starting by this, but they know that I can eat a little bit, I can sleep on the 2 square meters, and what's more. Yeah. So they're starting to be happy by giving others or helping others. Yeah. So the Bali Maharaj was also happy to give some donation, some gift or charity to Vamanadev. It reminds me about the story when I was distributing books on the parking place, where a car stopped, a very rich car. So I approached the driver, there was a woman in her 40s, and told, oh, you are distributing these books, or you are helping people, so we are on the same level. I am also helping people. I have a home for homeless children. I don't know expression for this house or home. Home for children without parents, you understand? So I'm helping them. I have these homes in few cities. I'm owner of this. So we are helping them. So we are on same level. Congratulations. Nice to meet you. So I told you, oh, so you can take the books for yourself, for spiritual realization and going up. She told, oh, I'm also spiritually educated. I read the Christian books, Buddhist books. Let the books for the one who need it. So you are helping, so continue with helping others. I am helping, I am continuing with the helping others. So it was very difficult to give. She was very nice, but it was very difficult to convince her to take a book. So I put the books back to the trolley and speak with her, and she thought, oh, I must go. So I told, oh, take one, please. And she thought, oh, again, let it to the others who need it. So I was standing a little sad there. and she said, when she started around the car, she thought, oh, why are you so sad? I thought, yes, I am very sad, very sad. Can you help me? She thought, yes, what do you need? And I thought, oh, I am standing here. It's a winter. It's freezing. I am here standing, and no one is taking book from me. No one wants to take a book, and I am so sad, and I need help. And she thought, also, can I help? Yes, please take from me these books. 3 cantos, 7 books. And you help me very much. I will be so happy that I will be dance here. I start dance if you help me by this way. And she thought, oh, why did you say it before? You'll be glad, you'll be happy if I will take the book. So I thought, yes, I will be happy. So she thought, yes, of course, I will take. How much? She gave a very nice donation and makes me happy. And she thought, I will give it to the home of the children. I said, yes, that's a great idea. Take it there. So these people have this idea that I can share my wealth and something. It is also sense gratification. We know that it's not selfish sense gratification, but it is generous sense gratification by the making happy others, by this same sense gratification. But she used it for taking books and shared with the children who had no parents. So the same Bali Maharaj wanted to give a charity to Vamanadev. So it reminds me. So the same, that all people are searching for happiness, for some happiness from something. And we know that if they have some source of spiritual happiness, they search only for 4 sources. And this is from some going by rightful way, or following some religion, or some regulative lives. Yeah, that's called dharma. Then others are searching happiness from the getting wealth. Yeah, running here and there, and there will be happiness when I got money. So more money, I will be happy. So this is artha. Someone are searching happiness in gratifying their senses. So whatever I put to my senses, I will be happy. More objects to my senses, I will be happy. That's kama. And others are saying, hey guys, what you are saying about all this is useless. You will be no happy. You will be happy when you will merge with absolute truth. So this is moksha. So people usually are searching for this happiness because they have no other possibility than this. So they are searching in this field of material existence and have no escape from that. So therefore, to Bali Maharaj was Vamanadev extremely merciful, because he came to help him. And Krishna was to us also merciful. All the world is searching for happiness, and Krishna came in the form of holy name. And Krishna came in the form of the books, Srila Prabhupada's books. This is our Vedas. Yeah. So it is the same mercy which Bali Maharaj received from Vamanadev, we received from Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. So I see very nice connection. between this occasions. So Krishna is merciful in all ages or yugas to all the living entities in the existence, in material world and spiritual world. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you very much. If some realization is gone or a question or adding or yes, Prabhu.
I'm wondering about the process of giving everything to Krishna. I think I read in the Nectar of Devotion that it's very difficult to perform this limb of bhakti.
Mm.
And I wanted to know why.
Mm. Yes, that's right. Because first what someone is giving up is some part of his wealth. You see, during Harinam, some people are giving some money to us. They have thousands and thousands of dollars, and they give $10. They give you $20 because it's very easy. You are giving part of this. Someone understands, oh, this is the great philosophy, and I will receive big mercy to my life, big something what help me if I will give more. So he give more, or someone is saying, oh, it's not enough to give him money, because what is the most more treasured or treasured is ourselves, our time, our lifetime, more than our property, because this is ours property, but ourself is to us more valuable. Yeah, this is more value is ourself. So someone who is giving more than some possession is giving his time. So he comes here and give some time, because lifetime is everyone knows that we have some lifetime. So someone who come for a Sunday program to the temple or see the deities or serve the devotees, so he gave more than some Lakshmi money, and I continuing with work and enjoying senses. It's more. He's spending a time to help devotees. And someone thinks, oh, it is not enough. Devotees are so happy. They are here dancing and chanting. And I come for Sunday. Maybe it's I can give more. So he will come more often time than on Sunday. And he's giving more, because the time is more valuable. We have something like a time. So he takes a sense gratification, he gives up his sense gratification and is going here. Then he moves to the temple and give all his time in the period of his life. So he is giving more than he who is going for Sunday. Then we find out that wherever we are, so we must give ourselves, we must give our tendency to think that the body is mine. the body is mine is more difficult to understand. Because we think that we are the body and we are that something what we likes. I taste this prasaram and this is making my personality, my identity. You like rasgulas, but I like halva. That's my personality, my identification, and I feel that I am. So this is much more subtle than the identification with wealth, money, or the body. Because we identified with with the senses or the mind. We like it. But this is more subtle. Yeah. So Bhakti Vigana Maharaj told one story. He told, after the public program, one man came to me and told, oh, you said you are not this body. But maybe somehow it's true. But I think that my personality is created by what I like to hear, what I like to taste, what I like to smell, or what pictures I like to see. That's my personality. And I am confirmed about it. Yeah. So these people are coming to this level. Yeah. And this is much more subtle things. So if we not identify with these subtle things, so we are giving up also this identity. And it is much more subtle than think that I am not these muscles and bones and blood and everything. It's much more subtle. And it needs to be more, go deep to the philosophy, deep to the Krishna conscious understanding, to deep prayers to Krishna, because this giving up, slowly giving up this thinking that I possess something, some wealth, this is taken by Krishna, and we must deserve it by our sincerity, humbleness, prayers, or steadiness. Krishna takes it on every step, because if he takes everything immediately, we will be cry like anything. We will not take it, and it is not how Krishna is doing. He wants to us be happy, so he is taking according our advancement. He's taking this identity and what we can give up. So then the subtlest, this is the mind and senses, and more subtle is our intelligence. So we are deciding what we will do with our lives. So if we are using intelligence only for the Krishna's pleasure, not looking for where I will be sleep nicely, or maybe this situation is more comfortable for me, and this is using intelligence. Yeah. Still, also in devotional service, we it's possible to use the intelligence that, this prasaram I will save this for me because it will mean not like that, and this situation can be good for me, and I will do like that, a little for us, for our comfort. Yeah. But to surrender intelligence only for Krishna is don't think about ourselves. Krishna will care about it. So this conviction is more surrendering intelligence. And then the more subtle is the false ego. False ego is more subtle. Why? Because this is the, if we put two ropes, what will happen? What will make? Knot. Yeah. Because the false ego is like a knot between two ropes. Rope of a material body and the rope of the soul. The false ego likes the knot. So he's touching the soul. And on the other side is a material body. So this is the most subtle. And and Bali Maharaj is the example that he gave up also his false ego, because he was the ruler. He had everything. He lost everything. So everyone, or his guru, his false guru, actually Shukracharya, from the spiritual side, false guru, he disagreed with him, we disagreed with everyone. He goes right the path of bhakti, surrendered everything completely, even himself. So it is like this with giving up everything, not only the body, surrendering body, surrendering wealth, surrendering our time, lifetime, but it is also surrendering our senses and mind, our intelligence, our false ego. Burn it in the fire of devotional service, of the surrendering to Krishna. So that's what I can say shortly. If it is enough, or still some doubts. So another, yes, Prabhu.
I just maybe wanted to ask for some elaboration on what is the false ego? Like, yeah, what is that false ego?
That is the knot. That is the knot which we are identifying the soul with the body. Therefore, devotional service is cutting the knot. So, practicing devotional service, finally will be destroyed the false ego, the knot of false ego. So we can surrender as we are, as the soul. Because until that knot is there, so we have still that false ego. That's only what we have, the subtle element of this material world. That is identified, that is still thinking somehow or other, I am this body, or I am this mind, I am something connected with this matter. Intelligence, mind, senses, whatever I feel, thinking, that is identifying. The false ego is connecting, is connecting with the soul. Like the coconut. Coconut, when it's in its mature, is made a sound, yeah, because it is separated. That what is inside is separated from the heart, skin is separated. But still, when it's little false ego, is little connected. So false ego is not of these two. So if there is false ego still, and we are keeping this false ego, so we are somehow or other identifying with something with this body. Not that we are these muscles, maybe, but we are something is ours, because the main reason why we are coming is that we are the actors, or we are someone who are doing things and receiving results. I make something, I receive the result. That's why we came to this world. And we need this body. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. My reflection on this topic is we have to remain charitable towards the Supreme Lord. Our attitude has to be charitable towards the Lord, because everything belongs to the Lord. So can ask, but it's someone to give everything to the Lord. So this is our process of Krishna consciousness is a gradual process, and the way that we loosen the false ego and become. It's said that Krishna doesn't see what you're giving, but he sees what you're holding back. That's also said. And then But in terms Krishna comes out with a plow. So said. So the solution is that the more that we extend ourselves to others and give them our time and show them that we care for them spiritually, and the more that we encourage them to perform devotional service, this makes an impression on others. And in this way, we also become detached from our own false ego. We're also helping ourselves, encouraging ourselves to surrender more to Krishna, because that's where the happiness is. The happiness is not in matter, but in spirit. And the goal of matter is to use it to become happy. Everyone wants to become happy, but they don't become happy through matter itself. So we become happy by giving up our attachment to matter, actually. So it's the opposite of what most people are fixated on. So, but the more that it makes an impression, the more that we extend ourselves to them and encourage them, the more that we try and through our sincere efforts to help them to grow spiritually. That shows that we care about them. That's an act of love, and Krishna reciprocates with that, with us on that level. And he sees that we're surrendering and doing his will to save others, and not doing our will to try to enjoy our material senses, body, mind, whatever, material things. So that's a process that over the years I have been recognized. To become happy in Krishna consciousness, one has to practice that. And even if it's just, if you start even in little ways, or whatever level you can do it, whether you're distributing books or whether you're just greeting people that come to the temple or the Sunday feast, just to humble oneself, and it makes an impression. People can tell when someone really cares, or sometimes a guest might come to the Sunday feast and no one speaks to them at all, because everyone's wrapped up in themselves. But we're here, but the temple is actually here for everyone, for Krishna to reciprocate with everyone on their level of personal dedication, devotion, and surrenders. And we are the middlemen. We are the agent for that desire of Krishna to be fulfilled, and that gives Krishna pleasure when we are, and it helps us. We're helping ourselves get out of ourselves, get out of our mind, get out of our false ego, by reaching out, but it's a gradual process, you can't expect it all at once, just like you can't, very few people want to just immediately give everything away to Krishna and have so much faith that Krishna will take care of me, because the material world is an unpleasant place, and we want to reduce the unpleasant factors of this existence first, that's human nature, before we actually just want to throw, before we're able to just throw everything, we have to be confident in our relationship with Krishna by this surrendering process of, but that goes hand in hand with helping others to advance as well.
Thank you, Prabhu. You gathered it all points together, and with my English it would take a long time. Thank you. So I would like to thank you for staying here, for let us staying here. Thanks all for their hospitality and their welcoming us, because it's great inspiration for us. And a lot of devotees are saying, "Oh, we would like to go with you, so maybe next time we'll come more group." I don't know if Makadari will able to manage that. Hopefully, yes. So, thank you very much again. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.